Alright guys, what's up? Another video. Still building motors, as you can see. But yeah, one of the subscribers chimed in and he said, hey, well, one of the good topics you should do is covering if I have a K20 in my car, should I swap to a K24 or should I leave what I have, or even if I have a base motor, should I put in a K20 or a K24? And representation today, just so everybody knows what's up. This is going to be our K24, this is going to be our Type S motor, and this is our base motor. Since we don't have a base motor to go off right now, this is what it's going to be. So, okay, let's start out. Let's say you have a base motor, and you're like, should I swap to Type S motor, or should I just do a K24 swap? Okay, well, price-wise, that's going to be a little cheaper to get it to the door, but it might make less power stock. That's going to cost a little bit more to get to the door, but it might make more power stock. But once again, the real question is are you running quality parts on your car already? Because as you can see, what I've done with my car, I'm running the right parts, so I can beat this and this stock. So, would I recommend say swapping? If you're running shitty parts on your A3, well, then, because obviously if you run some shitty parts on this and you run shitty parts on that, this is going to win all day. This is going to win too. You will lose every time with the base motor if you don't have the good parts on your car. You just will. But I feel my car is decently quick. I wouldn't say it's fastest on the street, but it'll easily outtake this or this stock. Even if they do have shitty bolt-ons on their car or whatever, either are those, I can still beat those, and there's plenty of videos of that, out there proving that. So, my first step, if I had a base motor, I would probably get some good bolt-ons, see how you like it. I tried that. I had pretty good bolt-ons on my car, and I figured out I'm pretty happy with its performance. Pulls good, reliable, no problems. Great car, great motor. It's quick, does what I needed to do. I didn't feel it was needed to swap to this or that. I just didn't feel so. Other people, maybe. You can put your quality parts on there and you say, hey, it's not fast enough. Then maybe let's look at swapping if you have quality parts on there to start out with. Makes sense. Other than that though, if you don't have quality parts in your car, you could swap to this, but I feel like for the money wise, wouldn't it just be a lot smarter just to put good parts on your regular motor before swapping out? Because if you have crappy parts and you do put this in your car, it is going to be faster, but that's a lot of time and effort and money to do a whole engine swap, and you could just change the parts on the motor and beat it. So that's kind of to each his own right there. That's what I feel. If you feel differently about that, honestly, who gives a shit? But okay, now let's say you have a Type S. You started out with the next level up. You start off with base motor life. Like you have a Type S. You got a 03, 06, whatever. And you're thinking, do I need to get this the 2.4 life? And well, once again, it goes back to the parts you're running. This right here with some quality bolt-ons will hold. It'll hold its ground against, even one of these that's got, piston cam setup. And that's just, bolt-ons on it. You get some good bolt-ons on your K20 over here. I would not recommend down swapping to an A3 if you already have this. And it just depends on, what you're doing with the car. If you're daily driving and you have a Type S, that's a tough one right there. I would probably just stick with good bolt-ons from the start. I wouldn't even try swapping, or if you really need the extra torque, maybe you could swap. But then again, look at how much money you're spending for what, 30 foot-pounds? And stock for stock, I think this is gonna rip a lot harder because you can just rip on this thing, just straight stock. You don't have to do anything to it. Now, once you start talking about internal work, then things get a little bit different. Like if you want to change, the piston down here, camshafts out in here, or, pistons and camshafts out here too. If you want to change that, then you kind of lose that daily drivability out. If you don't daily drive your car, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. If you're asking what motor did I put in my car, drop this in here, do a piston rod combo, drop some, stage 4 cams in it. You don't daily drive it. Who cares if it doesn't last, or who cares if the timing chain fails and it blows up? Who cares? It's not your daily. It's gonna be fast as shit. It's gonna pull like a fucking train. But chances of something happening to it are pretty high. But if you want to take that risk on a $10,000 motor, it's to each their own in that one. But if you have a Type S and you daily drive it, if you have good bolt-ons, I say that's pretty good. Focus on the rest of the car. Start working on getting the power down to the ground. Mess with your transmission, your weight. All that stuff come into getting the car pretty quick. And two, even if you do have this and you daily drive it, dropping cams in, that's a touchy subject right there. Me personally, I always vote. Run really quality bolt-ons. You will walk cars that have crappy bolt-ons, even if they have a stage 1 or stage 2 cam in. Because if you run good bolt-ons on this, even if you are running somebody that has maybe a stage 1 cam or a stage 2 cam, even if they have shitty parts on their car, you can still beat them. And to me personally, dyno numbers aren't everything. Just because you got good dyno numbers, if you're not locking up on the street, I don't know. Some people are like that. Some people are about the, hey, my car makes 240. Okay, but you just lost to a car that made 220. So, is that something to brag over? I'd rather be the guy that says, yeah, I beat you on the street, rather than, well, I got this sheet of paper that says my car made 240. To each their own. But if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Me personally, I could care less about the numbers. My car, for example, makes shitty numbers. If you look at it on the dyno, you'd be like, dude, your car is slow as shit. But when you get out on the street, these two have, nothing really much for it. That's just me. It depends if you want to be a dyno queen number guy. Maybe an A3 or maybe even this. That's not your choice. You probably, if you just want a, high number motor, but fun factor wise, I don't know. But it just depends. I think me personally, I'm happy with this. Would it be nice to, maybe swap for free? Yeah. But motors of these, this is gonna run you. I've seen these sell for like right around $1,800, $2,000. For a full long block and head and everything, decent miles, maybe 60,000 miles right around there on one. That's a lot of money. Because if you put $2,000 into this A3, you could easily, grab this, So, I don't know. Me personally, I stuck with that. I'm happy with it. I have no complaints with it. It's reliable. It's easy. Even if you have a Type S and let's say you have a Type S and you have some crappy bolt-ons on your car and you're unhappy with the performance. Me personally, if you daily drive the car, I would probably just change the bolt-ons because you keep the reliability. You don't want to break open these motors because the reliability drops extremely quick. Like most guys that run, cams in these, they're eating up timing chain tensioners. And, too, if your timing chain tensioner fails, the motor's kind of toast, For me, if I was daily driving and I know I needed the car, toasting one of these isn't, it's just, oh, here's $2,000, I'll buy another one tomorrow. If you got it like that, maybe that's different. But some of us don't have it like that. But because you can drop some cams in these and you can do good. But if the timing chain tensioner goes out, it's kind of done after that. I would just stick with the bolt-ons. They're reliable, decent power. I have no complaints. I had a Type S today. I guarantee you I would just have really good bolt-ons on it. Because these do good with just good bolt-ons. You really don't need to do cams in them. Same thing with the A3. I mean, it's if you run good bolt-ons, if you get air in, you get good air out, power's right there. You don't need to crack these open. You know, it's only when, you know, you have really good bolt-ons, and let's say you're not unhappy with the performance. Then, you know, if you have a daily driver and, you know, you say, hey, my RSX is just my weekend car, you know, hey, maybe build one of these up, or, you know, do a stroker, you know, do like a 2.5 or something like that out of this, you know. It'll rip, I'm gonna tell you that right now, but, you know, for most of us, you know, the daily drive, you know, is it worth the money? I mean, for me personally, I would take some of that money and save it for a daily. And then, you know, hey, maybe let's drop 10 grand in the motor. And two, you know, it'll last longer when you're not daily driving it, because if you're only driving on a, let's just say you build a drag car, and you only drag race it once, twice a month. You know, you're not doing any type of driving as much as you would be if you daily drove on a race motor. You know, I mean, me, I like reliability. I'm all about price, reliability, and fun factor. If I can get those three out of the car, I'm happy. I mean, because if I'm spending a lot of money, it's not reliable, and the fun's not there, I don't know. That's just something I really am not for. If I can spend a little bit of money, which, you know, I did, I'm not doing anything crazy, so that's reliability is already there. And the fun factor, I feel my car's pretty fun. So, I mean, it's not the fastest thing on the street, but once again, I didn't spend any money, and it's reliable. So it's decently fun. Yeah, it's not the fastest car I've driven by far, but I mean, it's still a good car. It's reliable. It's no problem. Same thing if you have a Type S. You know, just keep it simple. You know, don't try to overdo a lot. I feel a lot of people, you know, jump online, and the first thing they hear is, you know, I need a 12.5 pistons. I need some Eagle rods. I need some drag cartel stage 4s, and then, you know, I'm gonna put, you know, 50,000 miles on it a year. Whoa, bruh. You know, did you think about that before you said that? I mean, I don't know. Just to me, I feel that if you had, you know, either one of these, I think you're in a good start. Just watch the parts you put on the motor. It's kind of what it really comes down to. You know, make the power up, and, you know, put the power down to the street. You know, because just because you have the dyno number, if you're not putting it down to the street, how effective are you? You know. So yeah, guys, that's all I really got for, you know, K20 versus K24. I mean, I think I covered everything pretty good, honestly. If you're thinking about swapping, you have any more questions, feel free to let me know. But all right, guys, peace.